We're just looking to continue to get better, to push our kids to reach their potential, and to have them kind of take accountability for the group now. It'll be the first year that we have more than a few upperclassmen, and so our first recruiting class will be going into their junior year. They've kind of had to take the lead since they got here, but now it's really their time to kind of step up and shine and show what they're all about. It affects everything because they're used to our routine now. They're used to doing things the right way, and just because that's the only way they know how to do it. When they came in, there was very, very small upper class or even returners to the program, less than 25. So they kind of had to take it on the chin when they were young and work hard to put themselves in a position to be successful in, like you said, in the weight room and in the classroom where we have a 3.18 team GPA. Around campus where they're viewed as pretty positive parts of our campus. I always tell them guys, I'm a big believer that if you do everything in this part of your life right, usually this part of your life works out pretty well. And so they've done all this stuff right. Now it's time for this part of that of the process to go well for them. A big thing that we had to do is get back in the weight room and get bigger and get stronger and be able to impose what we want to do on other people, and our kids worked their tails off there, and they did a lot of extra ball work and throwing and catching with the quarterbacks in the off season, and so they put themselves in a position to be pretty successful. We got a bunch of pretty good old linemen, and they're pretty big, and so we're going to put them up front. We got a 230-pound running back behind them, and we're going to hand him the ball a bunch and see what he can do, and we got to keep our quarterbacks healthy, and to do that, we got to keep them upright, and so our offensive line is going to have to be able to protect and keep that guy upright and let him just make throws and get the ball in our playmakers' hands. Guys like Connor Perrine and Brody Hassel and Alex Nix, and I could say 20 names if I really want to, but get the ball in them guys' hands quick. Depth is really good for our program now. We're bringing in our third class. We feel like we have 2, maybe 3 deep at almost just about every spot in our program. So if somebody has to go down and come off the field for a few plays, we're not worried about the next guy that has to go up. And that takes time. Getting guys that are ready to play, that are strong enough to play, that understand the system, all the different stuff that entails. But bringing this class in and creating a competition makes everybody better. If you know the guy behind you, we ain't scared to put him in. The starter has to work that much harder to keep his job. The more guys that are worried about losing their job because they got somebody behind them that's pretty good, the better, because he's working harder. Well, now he has to work even harder to try to get his job, and competition, is a big part of getting a program to where you want to get it. Depth is a big part of our defense. We're a next guy up mentality. We get after the quarterback, with our defensive line, and our backers are a great group. There's 2 guys that are going to be 4-year starters. Another guy is probably going to be a 3-year starter. Our defensive backs we got all returners in the backfield back there, and a lot of guys that made a lot of plays. And seeing them guys get more comfortable in their role to the point where they don't have to think about what their assignment is anymore because they already know that. Now they can just worry about making a play. And you saw that from the beginning of last season to the end, where the steps that they were taking to become a really good defense. And then in spring ball, they kind of just blew up because they knew exactly what they had to do even before the coach could tell them. And then they could just concentrate on making plays, and they did that in spring, and we're looking forward to them doing that right now in fall camp. He's a better player than the second team player, I'll say that. We felt we considered him to maybe be in the running for conference player of the year. For him to be second team, we were pretty upset. He led his side in sacks. He had 18 or 19 tackles for losses. He was 3rd or 4th in total tackles. He's a game changer on that side of the ball, and he's just doing nothing but getting bigger and stronger and better. On the defensive line, you got Jamal Beatty and Aubrey Sanders, who are going to be Aubrey coming back on the field this year. But those 2 guys that can get after the passer, they're strong. When they got here, they weighed about 180 pounds. Now they're up to about 220, 225. And so to see them guys grow and get bigger and learn their craft, has been pretty exciting. And in the defensive backfield, you got Steven Benson, who is going to be a 4-year starter. had a couple picks last year, pick 6, a couple big kickoff returns. He's a really good athlete. He needs to take control of that group now, and if he does that, them guys will shine. You got DJ Luckett over there. That was a freshman starter for us last year who did a really good job. And then you're adding a kid like Jamar Bingham, who last year didn't get to play, but this year he's extremely talented, kind of a go-get-it type guy. You know, guys rally around him because he gets so excited about things. And so we're super excited about that side of the ball. We're excited to see them guys come together to get after it, to get after the ball and create takeaways and just build the excitement and take a lot of pressure off the offense, because they know I don't have to score every time, because the defense is just going to kind of take care of their side. And as long as we take care of the ball and do what we need to do, we're going to be in pretty good shape at the end of the game. Andrew Rupich, he's a first-team all-conference guy. He's a hard-nosed player. He never misses a practice. He works hard every single day. He's a great student. He's over a 3-3 student. I could talk about him for an hour and a half here. Alex Gonzalez is another guy on the offensive line that's going to play a big part. We got a couple freshmen that are going to come in and compete right away. You know, they're kind of pick up and plug in players almost, and so the guys that are in front of them are really going to have to work hard to keep their spot. The offensive line is a different group. You know, they're kind of buddies, and them guys get together and they get after each other and they make fun of each other, and it's a good group to be around. So we're excited to watch them. Nathan Barnes, he has to be a big part of it for us. He's lost a bunch of weight. He's worked real hard, and he's as strong as an ox before that, but he's lost a lot of weight, and so to be able to, he can carry 230 and really get after the ball, and then he got a little bit of loose hips that can make him avoid people in the open field, and so when a corner goes diving, he can make him miss, and then if they try to square him up, he's just going to run him over. And then at receiver, obviously, we got Connor Perrine and Alex Nix, and the guy that we switched from defense to offense last spring was Brody Hassel, and he had a really good spring. We were really excited to see the way he progressed through the system and how he learned the offense and made a bunch of plays during spring ball. So we're excited about that. And then obviously our quarterback, Corbin, if he's healthy, we think he's one of the better ones in the league. And so as long as he can come in, take care of the ball, and be smart with it, we'll be in real good shape. The biggest thing about us is, I explained to the guys as soon as the season was over, the hardest thing we're ever going to do as a program is go from 4 wins to 7 or 8 wins. It's the hardest thing we'll ever do, because we're going to get everybody's best shot. Nobody's going to take a day off versus us. They're going to practice hard all week. And so we're going to have to come in and we're going to have to produce and prepare to win every single week. You know, and nobody's going to feel sorry for us if somebody does get hurt or stuff like that. So the biggest thing for us will just be ready, come in, be able to handle the expectations. You know, going from, for a long time, being ranked right at the bottom of the conference overall to being kind of ranked towards the middle of the pack, and we hope we're going to finish a little bit higher. But to do that was a big step. But to take that next step this year will be huge for us, to get our guys to want to play. And our guys are a pretty confident group. You know, we've been kind of leading into this for the first 2 years. When I and the other coaches, when we all recruited this first class, we told them, we're like, hey, you're going to come in, you're going to take your lumps. Your next year, we're going to compete pretty well, and then when you become a junior, that's when you guys are going to have your chance to kind of burst onto the national scene a little bit and show what we're kind of made of and all the work that we're going to put in to get to there. So we're super excited to see that, to see them guys have that chance to, we're not going to get bullied around this year. We're not going to get thrown around. Our guys are going to hopefully kind of be the bullies, and so it'll be exciting to kind of watch that a little bit. And a lot of that comes, like I said, from the weight room, from doing things right in the classroom. And when you do all those things right and you see results, it's a lot easier to work even harder, and you're in the weight room and you get stronger and you're gaining weight. Well, now I like going to the weight room. And you're in the classroom and you show up every day and you do your work and you're doing good in class. Well, now I get excited about going to class, and it's the same thing on the field. Well, we're getting bigger and stronger and doing everything right over here. We go on the field, we have a little bit of success. It's a lot easier to want to go to practice and want to work hard and want to do things the right way, because you're seeing the results that you're looking for. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the season. It's going to be fun, I think.